this was a 2 seed versus the 7 seed, but even A&M Commerce's head coach conceded that this would be much closer than that indicated. Of course, the Falcons just beat them a week ago.
It's been like 19, 20 months since this team's been taking the field. How excited are you for opening day?
Yeah.
He's pretty pumped up. The Rockhounds, they never arrived. Instead, it was the 2021 debut for the Matamoscas de Odessa. Let's check it out here. The team's second identity. Jerseys on point as usual. As you can see, he's got a pretty gnarly beard, some nice facial hair, and the team has paid homage to that with some new T-shirts fearing the beard right there. We are here at the Petroleum Club in Midland for a Texas Tech happy hour, and a lot of happy Red Raider fans right here. I'm going to step aside real quick. As you can see inside this hall, they are just starting a presentation.
And we have that story, all these Lubbock businesses offering free food, not enough to keep beard around.
If there's still enough, there's enough to keep me around, though. I'll tell you that, if there's any left over. But I know a lot of Red Raider fans were probably hoping this was an April Fool's Day prank, but it is very much a true story. Chris Beard is heading back to his alma mater.
Nothing has ever come easy for Nathan Gerardo, but that's never stopped him from grabbing the bull by the horns. When he was just 6 months old, Nathan was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Doctors said he may never be able to walk or talk. That diagnosis, though, didn't stop him from pursuing his hobbies, from livestock shows to music.
Smoke rolling at the window.
And of course, football.
I mean, since I was little, I've seen sports as a big thing.
It's definitely exciting just knowing that he talks about that, playing football all the time. He finally got to do it.
This fall marked a new opportunity, a chance to join a team for the first time. Since the moment he buckled his chin strap, Nathan made it a point to participate in practice.
I say it's like different because you're working on it. You're working on to get better. And you're playing the sport.
His resiliency is something his teammates have taken up as well.
Well, if Nathan can do this, so can I. So I can do this. I can do things that I didn't think I could do either.
Last week in the Cowboys' first game of the season, he finally got the chance to take the field.
I remember being in the end zone because I started taking off without my walker. I mean, I wanted to show everybody I can do it, and I got it. There was just a lot of stuff went through my mind at that time.
I'm just at a loss for words for it. It was just an emotional moment, and I was just really happy for him.
I just knew how excited he would be because he's just talked about it every day, about playing football.
And for others dealing with their own challenges, Nathan offers some simple but powerful advice.
Just never be scared of what you want to do.
Just felt sick and nauseous, you know. I think the words, you don't ever think it'll happen in your home, in your area. Unfortunately, in a situation like this, you know, we'll come together and fight through it and get better, but it's going to take some time.
We needed every one of those guys the other night, and we needed every one of them to keep us as safe as we could, and I'm glad we got them. We respect those guys, we respect those families, and we'll be praying for them.
I told the kids yesterday, I said, you know, sometimes as grown men, we have a hard time looking each other in the eye and telling each other we love each other. You know, we love the kids we coach. Our coaches have a good, strong relationship with each other, and we support each other.
We know that in a lot of tragic instances, athletics played a big role in bringing a little joy to some people's lives, you know, in a very tragic time. So we're going to try to do the same thing.
I believe a message from us to Permian and to Odessa and Midland is that we are in this together and we're strong and we'll get through this, and anything is possible if we work together as one.
Well, needless to say, a very difficult week here in the Permian Basin. And tonight on The Final Score, we'll continue to keep the victims in our thoughts, and some of them, of course, still in recovery. And we also hope to give you something to smile about despite last weekend's tragedy. There is so much still good to be found here in West Texas, and so much of that on display every Friday night.
If someone asked me about Alex, I would say he's probably one of the kindest young men I've ever met.
And he loved golf with everything. He loved his friends, loved his family. He wanted to make everybody smile.
He was an amazing kid. And I'm not telling it just because he was my son. He really was.
Tonight we want to dedicate our show to local teenager Alex Trevino. He spent his life with a loving family, one of 3 siblings, and would describe himself as part of a sandwich with his 2 sisters. He had one older, one younger, and he was stuck right there in the middle. Unfortunately, 3 years ago, Alex was diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma. It's one of the rarest forms of childhood cancer in the United States, with only about 200 new cases diagnosed per year in this country. Alex won his initial battle with the disease, but later his cancer would relapse. Another lengthy fight later, and then Alex, 1 week ago from today, passed away at the age of 16. If you ask about Alex to those who knew him best, one word you'll hear often is happy.
If you see all his pictures, you see his smile. All the pictures I have of him, he will give you a smile.
His love for life may have only been matched by his love for his favorite sport. While he was a student at New Tech Odessa, Alex also competed as part of Permian's golf team.
Well, looking at that, I'm like, he was happy, and he wanted to impact others in a positive way, and seeing that, like I said, I'll never forget that.
Well, I mean, he had a passion for it. He loved golf. I mean, you know, when you love and have a passion for anything, you're going to be good at it.
That passion for the game was one of the many factors that fueled his fighting spirit.
He will be feeling so bad, and he had really bad moments, but he would go back and say, I'm going to keep going.
At last year's PGA Texas Open, Alex received one of the highlights of his life, a VIP experience through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, spending much of the day with his favorite golfer, Jordan Spieth.
He was on the green, and Jordan let him hit a putt. Well, he nails about a 15-footer. I mean, first try. And Jordan looks at him, starts laughing, and I started laughing too. You know, Jordan had been missing some putts in tournaments. And Alex steps up and hits that 15-footer right in the heart, and that was a good moment. That was a good moment for Alex.
Though Alex can no longer directly affect lives, his memory always will.
I'm going to remember his smile and his attitude and how he just kept going.
All the love he gave me is so much, because he would love to cuddle. He was so, he would give so much love.
While Alex received so much support, his mother says his faith gave him more comfort than anything else.
I would always tell him, who loves you, Papi? And he would tell me, God loves me. He always recognized that God gave him all the strength he had.